latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Formerly influenced Agta received government aid after voluntary surrender in Quirino. Army troops engaged Dawla Islamiyah Maute Group in Lanao del Sur operation. DSWD extends almost 12 million pesos aid to quake-hit families in Sultan Kudarat. President Marcos favors firm diplomatic stance amid world war in West Philippine Sea.
A pleasant day to all our viewers, especially to our troops at Camp Emilio Aguinaldo in Quezon City. Today is Friday, January 30th. This is AFP Committee News, your trusted source for updates on the armed forces and other developments across the country. I am Rofh Suzon-Abay, here to bring you today's stories.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
For the brief overview of our news, 5 Agta formerly influenced by the New People's Army Kumiteng Rehiyong Cagayan Valley received 7,000 pesos cash assistance each from the Nagtipunan local government after voluntarily surrendering to authorities. The beneficiaries were among 6 Agta who surrendered to troops of the 86th Infantry Battalion in Barangay Disimungal, Nagtipunan, Quirino. Army officials said the surrender resulted from intensified peace and stability operations aimed at reintegrating former influenced individuals into society. The beneficiaries also received food packs from the Department of Social Welfare and Development and now live peacefully with their families.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Mechanized troops under Joint Task Group Haribon engaged Dawla Islamiyah Maute Group fighters during focused military operations in Piagapo, Lanao del Sur. Government forces exchanged fire with the terrorists, who later withdrew while troops reported no casualties on their side. Soldiers recovered M14 rifle, backpacks, and personal items abandoned by the fleeing militants. The 1st Infantry Division said the operation forms part of intensified pursuit efforts to bring attackers of government troops to justice and sustain area security.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
From CAF, updates about Philippine Air Force awards pilot wings to new military aviators. Go CAF.
Yes, Rofh, good noon. The Philippine Air Force conferred pilot wings on its newest military aviators during a graduation ceremony at Fernando Air Base in Lipa City. PAF Commanding General Lieutenant General Arthur Cordura led the ceremony marking the graduates' completion of rigorous academic and flight training. The event formally transitioned the student pilots into qualified military aviators ready for operational service. The graduation emphasized the PAF's commitments in strengthening air power through sustained personnel development. This is Kat reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Kath.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Joint Task Force Central and 6th Infantry Division Commander Major General Jose Vladimir Cagara personally awarded a Wounded Personnel Medal to an injured soldier at Camp Sionco Station Hospital yesterday. The award recognized PFC Arvin Jake Janial of the 98th Infantry Battalion for his courage and dedication during a decisive military operation in Datu Hafer, Maguindanao del Sur. He sustained injuries while troops engaged remnants of the Dawla Islamiyah Hassan Group. Major General Cagara praised the soldiers' bravery and said his sacrifice reflects the highest ideals of military service.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The 94th Infantry Battalion participated in the Handog Serbisyo para sa Pamilyang Himamaylanon outreach activity in Barangay Cabanbanan, Himamaylan City. The initiative brought essential government services closer to residents through the combined efforts of the local government and partner agencies. Community members receive free medical services, haircuts, feeding support, and other assistance, especially those from remote areas. The activity highlighted the 94th IB's commitment to civil-military cooperation, peace, and local development.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
From NOLCOM, let us hear some information from Joanne. Apex 05-26 showcases maritime key terrain operations island retake.
The Philippine Marine Corps successfully conducted an amphibious operation dubbed Island Retake at Badok Island, Badok, Ilocos Norte as part of the Archipelagic Coastal Defense Preparedness Exercise or APEX 05-26. Marines aboard BRP Waray LC-288 combat rubber raiding craft and small unit riverine craft perform rapid and coordinated landings, enabling the swift execution of tactical maneuvers, island seizure, and objective retake operations under simulated combat conditions. Simulated indirect fire support from battalion organic weapon such as 81mm mortars, SURC weapon systems were conducted during the island retake operations, demonstrating the integration of Marine Operations Force capability in amphibious operations. APEX 05-26 is designed to enhance archipelagic defense, strengthen rapid deployment capabilities, and maintain maritime security in northern Luzon, showcasing the Philippine Marine Corps' commitment to safeguarding national sovereignty through fast and effective operations, projecting power in coastal and island areas, as well as maintaining high operational readiness across all maritime domains. This is John Sagaok reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Joanne from NOLCOM.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Philippine Army will recruit more than 5,000 officers and enlisted personnel this year to fill vacancies and replace retiring troops. Army spokesperson Colonel Louis de Maala said the service set a quota of 1,900 officers and 3,799 enlisted personnel under its Manpower Strengthening Program. He said the recruitment supports the Army Chief's guidance to build a resilient, adaptable, and highly effective force. The Army expects the new recruits to help boost readiness as it addresses security threats and shift toward territorial defense operations.
DWDD National News.
For our national news, the Department of Social Welfare and Development has so far extended more than 11.9 million worth of humanitarian assistance to families displaced by the 5.7 magnitude trembler in the municipalities of Lebat and Calamansig in Sultan Kudarat. Assistant Secretary Irene Dumlao said more than 9 million worth of assistance was extended to affected individuals in Calamansig and 2.9 million in Lebac. As of press time, around 13,121 persons are currently staying in 14 evacuation centers in Sultan Kudarat. She added a DSWD mobile kitchen was also deployed in Dato Gibar Pilot School in Calamansig to provide hot meals and nutritious meals to the displaced locals.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
From our report on the ground, let us hear the report of Shaina about Indian Defense Attaché reaffirms strong army-to-army ties with Philippine Army.
Yes, Rofh, India's Defense Attaché to the Philippines, Captain Chandra Kankotari, reaffirmed strong bilateral relations during his visit to the headquarters Philippine Army in Fort Bonifacio, Taguig City. Army Vice Commander Major General Efren Morados received Captain Kotari as both sides discussed shared interest to the opportunities to enhance army-to-army cooperation. The meeting recalled the signing of key terms of reference, including the framework of regular stop talks between the two armies. The engagement supports the Philippine Army's strategic plan to deepen bilateral training, exchanges, and international military cooperation. This is Shaina Raneta reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Shaina.
DWDD National News.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. supports a firm with diplomacy approach in dealing with the rising war of words between Philippine and Chinese officials over the West Philippine Sea issue. Palace Press Officer Claire Castro said Marcos is aware of the ongoing back and forth between Filipino officials and the Chinese embassy. This has resulted in calls from lawmakers to declare certain Chinese diplomats persona non grata. The Department of Foreign Affairs said the declaration of persona non grata is one of the most severe forms of diplomatic action that can be imposed by the government against foreign diplomatic personnel and should just be an option of last resort. The DFA said it remains committed in resolving disputes through dialogue.
DWDD National News.
Malacanang said the Independent Commission for Infrastructure continues to operate and fulfill its mandate amid concerns over the use of public funds. Palace Press Officer Claire Castro said President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. is awaiting the ICI's report before making any decision on its future. She added that upon receipt of the report, the President will make the next move regarding the ICI. Castro also rejected claims that taxpayers' money is being wasted due to the continued operations of the fact-finding body.
Armed Forces Radio.
Let us hear more from Maljoy of 1st CRG about 5th ID conducts ROC drill to enhance the operational readiness. Go Maljoy.
Yes, Rofh, the 5th Infantry Division Philippine Army successfully conducted a rehearsal of concept drill to enhance operational readiness, coordination, and command effectiveness. The activity was personally led and supervised by Major General Gulliver L. Señeres, commander of 5th Infantry Division, emphasizing the importance of mission clarity, synchronization of units, and decisive leadership in the execution of military operations. The rehearsal of concept strengthened the troops of 5th Infantry Division's ability to act decisively, operate cohesively, and accomplish their mission towards victory and sustained peace. This is Meljoy Nesho Arroco reporting for AFP Community News. 1 AFP for stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Maljoy of 1st CRG.
DWDD National News.
For other national news, sanitation inspectors may soon receive higher pay and improved working conditions. This is under a Senate Bill number 1725 filed by Senate President Pro Tempore Panfilo Lacson. He said that the bill seeks to modify the salary grade schedule of sanitation inspectors, enhance their benefits, and strengthen protections for their safety and welfare. The measure also aims to professionalize sanitation inspection services through mandatory registration and accreditation. He added that the proposal intends to improve compensation by upgrading position titles and salary grades nationwide.
DWDD National News.
The Association of Southeast Asian Nations launched its sectoral tourism plan, setting a goal of achieving seamless travel and market diversification across the region by 2030. Tourism ministers of the ASEAN member states unveiled the roadmap during the 2026 ASEAN Tourism Conference at the Nostur Hotel in Cebu City. The ASEAN Sectoral Plan 2026 to 2030 is anchored on 5 priorities, including building a tourism sector that is resilient to crises and potential shocks. It also focuses on tourism workforce development, seamless travel, digital transformation, product and market diversification, and sustainability.
Armed Forces Radio.
And some information from Jumboy about 86th IB steps up security in Nueva Vizcaya after anti-mining protests.
The 86th Infantry Highlander Battalion intensifies security operation in Dupax del Norte, Nueva Vizcaya, following a protest against a planned mining exploration in Barangay Vietno. Army officials say the unit remained on high alert to prevent communist terrorist group from exploiting the issue despite the province's insurgency-free status. The battalion warned that leftist group may use local grievance to sow discontent and recruit residents. The 86 IB assured the public of sustained security measure to protect communities and maintain peace and order. This is Jimboy reporting for AFP Community News. One AFP for stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Jimboy.
DWDD National News.
Meanwhile, Senator Francis Pangilinan welcomed the reported rebound of the agriculture sector in 2025, citing that government interventions helped lift farm output its highest level in 5 years. Pangilinan referred to data presented by Department of Agriculture Assistant Secretary Arnel de Mesa, who said the sector ended 2025 with a total value of 1.77 trillion pesos. He said agricultural growth must translate into higher incomes for farmers and fisherfolk and more affordable and accessible food for Filipino families. The senator added that the early and decisive policy actions help support the sector, including Executive Order Number 101, which ordered the accelerated implementation of the Sagip-Saka Act.
DWDD National News.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has ordered the Department of Health to intensify its surveillance against the Nipah virus amid growing concerns over the disease. Palace Press Officer and Communications Undersecretary Claire Castro said DOH's Bureau of Quarantine maintains close monitoring of Nipah virus, which have been reported to be detected again in other countries. Castro added that this is accordance with the directive of President Marcos Jr. to ensure the safety of Filipinos from infectious diseases. According to the palace official, the DOH has aligned its health protocols with the latest updates from the World Health Organization.
Armed Forces Radio.
On the other line, let's hear more from Mike about 4th ID hosts ROTC Advanced Cadet Summit to develop future's reserve leaders.
The 4th Infantry Diamond Division conducted ROTC Advanced Cadet Summit 2026 Caraga at the 42nd Infantry Brigade Headquarters in Butuan City. The two-day activity gathered 200 ROTC Advanced Cadets to strengthen leadership, discipline, and national security awareness. Lieutenant Colonel Nilo P. De Mere Jr., Commanding Officer of the 15th of 5th Raider Reserve Infantry Battalion and Governor of the Nagat Islands, emphasized the role of youth government and the academy in building capable reserve force leaders. The summit reinforced the cadets' preparation for future service as reserve officers of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. This is Mike reporting for AFP Community News, One AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Mike.
DWDD National News.
There will be no sweeping reshuffle in Philippine National Police following the promotion of General Jose Melencio Nartates Jr. the 4-star general and elevation as full-fledged chief of the police force. Nartates says stability will be maintained within the organization, although he stressed that leadership movements are part of normal police service. He added that under his leadership, existing anti-crime and community safety directives will remain in place. The PNP chief added that continuity will be ensured in key operational units handling major crimes, counter-terrorism, and internal security.
DWDD National News.
The Philippine government will coordinate with Swedish authorities to arrest former lawmaker Zaldico. This comes amid a warrant against him in connection with anomalous flood control projects. Interior and Local Government Secretary John Vic Remulla said the Philippine authorities are planning to red flag the foreign passport of Ko. They're getting a copy of his passport and will put it through Interpol so he can't leave Portugal, and if he does, we'll catch him.
Armed Forces Radio.
Let us hear more of this from Ferdy about Philippine Army honors Prime HRM awardees for excellence in human resource management.
Rofh, the Philippine Army recognized military and civilian awardees of the Civil Service Commission's program to institutionalize meritocracy and excellence in human resource management, or Prime-HRM program, during a ceremony at 4th Bonifacio, Taguig City. 5 Army officers and 9 civilian personnel received honors for strengthening human resource systems following the Army's Bronze Award for meeting Level 2 maturity standards. Commanding General Lieutenant General Antonio Navarrete commended the vital role of civilian personnel in supporting daily Army operations. He urged personnel to uphold meritocracy, professionalism, and excellence to sustain a competent and responsive Philippine Army. This is Ferdy Blue reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Ferdy.
DWDD National News.
Sugar industry is among the priorities of the administration, according to Executive Secretary Rofh. Recto made the assurance during his meeting with Senator Francis Pangilinan with the aim to align steps to address concerns within the sugar sector. In the meeting, Pangilinan cited challenges confronting farmers, mill workers, and consumers. He also outlined some key policy recommendations to stabilize the sector. In response, Recto said the issues would be reviewed and elevated to the appropriate offices for policy consideration as part of the administration's broader effort to craft responsive interventions for the sector.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
As that concludes today's broadcast, and thank you for your continued support, particularly to our viewers on AFP Radio, the DWDD's official Facebook page. Join us again next week for more stories and updates, same time and same station. Once again, this is Rofh Suzon-Abay for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas.